ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Happy Monday. Back. Some game dev. Yes. Hello, guts. Welcome in. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? You know, getting back into the swing of things, I guess. Yeah. I was trying to figure out some like art style stuff for the game a bit over the weekend. Mostly I just went on Midjourney and been like, okay, I have ideas. What would those ideas look like? So, and I just did some concepting basically in Midjourney. You're doing better? You have some topics for me today? What kind of topics? Well, the idea that I'm at in terms of the theme that I want to do at the first and foremost, I want to try out steampunk. I really like steampunk. I like steampunk. I like cyberpunk. But I really like steampunk. And there's not enough steampunk stuff. Like, I think it would be really cool to have a steampunk environment. So I think that could work well. I need to figure out what the hell to do with, like, what kind of walls there would be if it's steampunk. But, you know, it's possible that next month we might do some just art stuff for a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do I like the theme as well? Yeah, I really like steampunk. So I think I'll read, you know, it should read well. The unfortunate thing is if you search steampunk, like on Google Images, like just the word steampunk, it's not environments that are steampunk. It's the clothing style, steampunk like outfits. So finding actual like steampunk like environment concepts, right, is a little more challenging. But I mean, basically, it's like fancy olden Lots of gears everywhere. You're into dystopian stuff? How was my mid-journey concepts? I mean, I didn't do money. I just did like, I just was like, what if I did like, you know, what if I did, you know, steampunk? What if I did like cyberpunk? What if I did this? What if I did that? That was basically kind of the idea. I'll show you one that I did. Again, this is obviously not going to be how the game looks, but I was like, okay, this is promising in terms of like the colors, lighting, and everything. You know, I was like, I kind of like the steampunk aesthetic. Like for general idea and feel, this could work. This is obviously like way up in the sky, so you want to be like far lower. But you know, it's a cool idea. Hey, Seven, welcome in. Kid Bash have steampunk kits? Don't do Kid Bash. Don't do it. Dear God, don't do Kid Bash. Not for Unreal. Not Kid Bash, not Big, Medium, Small. I used them in my last job. They were so bad for Unreal because they're not optimized for Unreal. They have like 20 materials for one object. They're not optimized in the slightest. Maybe for VFX in Unreal, but even then we ran into issues because we had to do an LED wall. So maybe like actual like rendering in Unreal, it's fine. But they're not optimized. It's like you're gonna have the amount of effort you're gonna have to like optimize those things properly is higher than creating your own from scratch. From my experience. I don't think it was Kid Bash. It wasn't Big Me. It was another one. I think there's a third one. There was like it was a cyberpunk one. We were using, I forget which one from which company, but basically they had like a little store and it had over 100 materials. One little stall had over 100 materials and it didn't look good even for 100 materials. It's just you can't use it. It's unusable. You don't have to use them. It's an example of steampunk buildings. I mean, I can generate like tons of like resources. If I go searching specifically for it, it's just when I search it by just Google by default. I don't get many. I can go onto ArtStation. I can go onto DeviantArt. I can go Midjourney. I can go like I can hire someone if I had money. I'd hire someone to, right? There's like tons of ways of getting like concept. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, yeah, just everyone always like, yeah, use, Kid Bash, use, XYZ. But the problem with those is they didn't start as Unreal focused studios. And so you have way too many materials. Let me see if it's let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's Kid Bash that had the Can I search like Cyberpunk? No. Okay. The we used wasn't Kid Bash, it was something else, I think. But yeah, a lot of them are like, there's another one, it's called Big, Medium, Small. Also, same problem. Was not good enough for Unreal optimization. Is it this one? Is this one? again, fantastic things to use in general, but yeah, didn't really work out. Okay, well, shall we get into it, I guess? Also, yeah, if I search for just steampunk and fire concepts on Google, yeah, you get tons. Because there's lots of games and stuff that have steampunk style. So lots of reference. Yeah. Lots of really cool reference. Basically lots of gears. Games that are steampunk. Some made of models. Is that models? No, that's a concept. I looked at this first and it was like really clean, and then I was like, wait. Then I was, yeah, it's drawing. It's concept. But yeah, lots of stuff here. It's all really cool. But you want to make this all modular, of course. So after you felt so defeated and stupid from your last week fails, you decide to try again today. You followed a tutorial that did kind of what you need using the normal pixel world space, but it didn't work for the normal texture. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I'm assuming you're talking about the scaling thing. Don't do like world alignment. I told you here. I mean, if I just come here again, just take a screenshot of this. And just use like this basic setup. That's all you need. And you'll just plug in your texture into it. So there you go. This is it. This is all you need right here. You could probably modify. I'm not sure why there's vertex color here. Since they're not using vertex color, this could be even probably simplified even further. Again, since we're not using vertex color, but yeah, this is it. And then he just plugs into the texture and then do whatever you want. Oh, and then there's the color choices, but yeah. Oh yeah, just take this. All right, there it is. Like I told you to do before as well. Then just, yeah, use that. And then you're good. Okay, so today, we gotta figure out the room stuff. And I've been thinking about it. Basically, the thing we need to figure out is when. Oh yeah, I also updated 5.4, which means depending on where I am, I might see the things above. Right, the problem is if I come in here, right, we have this problem with the lower floor. So the way I was thinking of fixing this was by checking the room I'm entering and leaving, getting a reference to all the walls in that area, and then lowering and raising those walls only. But we would need it would need to be a little bit bigger than the room itself. Because, right, we have these two thick walls, and we needed to affect both of the walls, right? We can't have it just affect the one wall like that. Right. So basically, it would need to be an area that surrounds the room and just a little bit bigger to grab those. And that's all that would be like in that room or in that area. And then when I enter it, when I enter the room manager, it will take, it'll have that box linked to it. And it then will grab all the walls and it will send them the information that says, yes, you're the ones that are good. And if not, then don't. Once I get into it, it'll probably be simpler. But yeah, you know, we have this all working in a sense, but not great. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, right. We still have bugs with that. You don't like to just copy stuff without understanding how it works? That's why you like tutorials? Now you have a grasp of how this works, so figure out the new tutorial or material. I like to copy things over and over and over until I grasp it. Because that's how I learn. But everyone learns differently, so. That's the thing. Everyone learns differently. Okay. So. We're going to need two different things. So let's open up the rooms. I'll start with the spawn room. So we have the room manager, and the room manager is technically not big enough here. I could make it ever so slightly bigger. The problem with having it, I can't have it bigger than this room. I mean, I can. It'll just be outside the room, but because the rooms will be right up against each other, theoretically. That means there's going to be a little bit of overlap. So you could theoretically still be in one area and enter another. In which case, both rooms will have like triggers happening, and we don't want that. We want to have a definite, you've exited one versus entered another. So I'm going to not do that. But what I am going to do is add another box around this. And basically, that's going to be what's going to check the walls. So let's go to the room manager and you know, I could program it into the room manager where it can create a box but nah, this is just easier. I'll do it separately, and then I can have one spawn the other kind of thing if I wanted to. So this is the wall selector, I guess. Box collision. For collisions here, we're gonna do custom, ignore everything, and we're going to block exterior room walls. Or is it overlap? Overlap, I think. I always, for some reason, forget which one's which. For like hovering over stuff. Okay. Let's make it easier. Let's put it in the corner. Really? Let's go 32. Let's do like 50. She's gonna make it easier to move. And then I can do 50. There we go. Change this back to 50. And let's make this now. And right, so we would have something like this. We don't even need to have it all the way up to the ceiling. Theoretically, we would just have it like here. And that would be that. Okay. In the room manager, we are going to need access to it. So this, let's do on begin play. No, it'll be on a custom command. Custom event. Activate walls. So these are the walls that can go up and down. And deactivate walls. For now, I'm gonna just do it off begin play because it'll be easier. And basically, we need to get all overlapping actors of box of class. Oh, we have to do it by class. Ideally. Ideally, I don't want it to be of class because I want to be able to do blueprints and static meshes. Oh, but the room manager. Where's begin overlap? Enter room. Why do I have a sequence here? In the mob spawners and all that is fine. It's activating the room. Yeah, because it doesn't know which room it's in at all. We do have all the walls that are activated, but yeah, we need to filter those. Get overlapping components. I've not used this before, overlapping components. So I just want to see what it prints. Nothing. It's not overlapping anything, or did it not trigger? It didn't trigger. Oh, is it? No, it's on event begin play. Yeah, there's the hello. Oh, so it has nothing here. Basically, this is empty, returning empty. Okay. I mean, I could do can I just do actor? It's because of this, isn't it? Oh, no. This needs to be this wall selector. Oh, it is dynamic, but that's fine. I think it needs to be blocking. Oh, it is world dynamic. I need to have exterior room wall. I could do a trace also. Instead of this, I could do a trace. I would need to know the size of the room. This is room wall. Oh, the collision preset, sorry, it's room wall. It is exterior room wall. Yeah, so is this. Which one is it? Oh, it does not generate overlap events. That's why. Generate overlap events, please. There it is. So I was right on the overlap. It's just I didn't turn on generate overlap events. If I don't want to do that, I could do a trace for objects when I enter the room, which is probably a better option. We don't have to have another object in here. And I could effectively just scale the... How about on the...
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Just gotta think about it. Just gotta think about it. But today, you know, we're drinking some wood varnish. When I moved into this apartment, someone bought me some like basically wood, food safe wood varnish for like the wooden chopping boards, and never used it. So, I like how he doesn't pronounce the letter D there. It's ass. Or he does, just very badly. But yeah, just some good old wood varnish, I guess. I don't know if it's called varnish actually, now that I think about it. I could go check. It's wood something. The stuff that you like put on and it makes it like new that I've never used. After years of being here. Did I actually got my first oil change in since I came to Canada in 22? Because I drive so little. Yeah, I think it's varnish, but I don't think it is varnish. Hold on, let me see. Let me go find it. Sorry, it's called butter. It's board butter. It's probably not. It's probably really hard to read. It doesn't autofocus, so. No, it's called board butter. All natural blend of beeswax and mineral oil, apparently. Basically, it's for your chopping board. So I guess it's not varnish. It's not even wood? Well, no, it's for wood. It's for wooden chopping boards. I just haven't used it. It's more edible now. Tomato. Okay, let me do a... Let's do a trace. Instead of this. So I would need a box trace. Multi-box trace for objects. So What I would need to know is the dimensions. What I can do is... Can I get a reference to it? Module bounce? Oh, BP... No, I can't make it a variable. Which means I can't just grab that. Okay, fine. I was hoping to just dynamically grab this information, but I can't. You have a few AI images of steampunk stuff? Do I want them? I mean, it's okay. I can generate a bunch of AI images as well. There's no need. I appreciate it, though. Yeah. I subscribe to Midjourney, so I can just generate tons of them. If I wanted to. At the current moment, it's too early anyway. It was just like, let's see, like, let's get an idea. And then, you know, that's good for now. I got other things to focus on in the meantime. So I can do room module dimensions. This can be a vector. So for the half size, it is going to be module dimensions times 3,800. So 3,100, 3,100, 800. Oh, this is half size. So divide by 2. You created while we were on topic, so they didn't want to waste. All good. I appreciate it. But yeah, I am good. The the start and end is going to be in the same position, and it is going to be in the center. So it is going to be the dimensions. This is the half size dimensions. This is just a little bit bigger. So I think that's correct. Duration. Make array. We want to check for exterior room walls. Orientation 0, 0, 0. Yep. Well, yeah, it's always going to be 0, 0, 0. Aha! Hey, did I got it dead on. Look at that. That was really good. Safe. Ah. Ah, okay. Well, I need to also offset it. So get actor location, and I need to basically add it to this. Right? Because by default, it's not quite at origin. It is not quite at origin. It's a little bit off. I could. Well, is this going to do it based off of? Well, let's just check something. Is it going to do it based off of the local or not the local? Okay. So it is getting the local. Still. Get world origin location. Get world location. Oh, I need to do it in a. It's not set up now for each size room, so we need to find one that's like a small size room first. Get a small size room next to us. So not quite. This is a big room. Get a small one. This is a small one. No, this is a big one. Or is it? No, this is a small one. Is it? I think this is one of the small ones. So it is not correct. Oh yeah. It's definitely not correct. Why is it? Oh, it's getting the scene component of the box component. No, I'd want I would want this. So if I was to just move this over. worked. That worked. The problem is only the fact that with the current bounds, it's not quite, or it might be fine. Change the duration on this to be like 30 seconds. Okay, so that is, yeah, that's right in the middle of that. We don't want it to be in the middle of that. That's not overlapping, which is good. So, and that's because of that 100 by 100 offset. So if I always have them start at 100 by 100, I could do this and then subtract 100 by 100. Which now means as long as I put it in the exact same location, it will work perfectly. But the problem is, what if I don't put it in the same location? Can I... Where's begin play? Get actor transform. Or get actor location. I want to know... Well, no, it's going to... Yeah, it's going to be like a global move. I think when I generate multiple of them, right, it'll move thousands of blocks to fit it wherever it is. It won't remember its original offset. Right. Let's see. It's fast to test. It's all 100. And if we tested here, yeah, so that we have all different values because it goes off of each one individually. Is there any way for us to get that value automatically without us piping it in? I could like expose a variable and just put that in. Hey, Stormrun, welcome in. How's it going? I could also make it a button to make it easier for me to get that value. If I did that, get offset location, make it call an editor. And then wall selector offset. Or I guess this is... Oh, you know what? Instead of on here, I was doing it on the construction script. No, it should be on here. Search script will run when I run the game. I don't need to run when I run the game. I need to run it when I need it to. So yeah, it's actor location. And now, I can do this. So if I went here, press this button, you know what? Let's make give a print string for this. So we know for sure it does set it. Does it not print string? It doesn't print string in this. Fine. Oh, it prints to the output log though. There it is. Doesn't print out here, but it prints the output log. So, yep, it's setting it correctly. Awesome. Think you figured out your turn order with 3-3 battle system? Nice. You made 6 player speed variables and 1 temporary speed variable, and a lot of greater thans. I mean, I guess. Whenever the speed was the highest for the 2 sets, the temporary speed variable, and continues to check 16 times. Not quite sure what you mean, but I'm glad you got it working. So yay. Okay, so now it is up here, so that's more convenient. Okay. Oh my god, what? What? Guts. It allows me to understand absolutely everything from text. I'm a visual person. I told you, I don't do well with documentation. Oh, okay. You're referring to something else. I thought you were referring to what I'm referring to Stormrun for. You have zero idea how it works, but it's beautiful and the most beautiful sorcery ever. You were. Okay. I thought you were referring to something. You were like, oh my god, something else. I'm great at explaining though. I doubt that. I'm gonna go ahead and say B to doubt. Sorry, X to doubt. Why do you say B? Yeah, you know, this is me. This is me. Yeah, I got that you're referring to the scaling texture now. I could be an Unreal Engine teacher. I mean, I'm sort of teaching people terribly PCG stuff. Slowly getting better. I don't think I'm good yet, but getting better. I could never be a teacher, though. I don't think I could be a teacher. Not unless it's a class where the people voluntarily want to go and learn. If it's a class where people are forced to go for whatever reason, I would be terrible because I cannot teach people that don't want to be taught, if that makes sense. If you're just in a class and you're like, you don't care, I'm not going to care about you not learning. Basically, if I see someone not caring, then I'm not going to care to teach them. That's just how I am. But as a teacher, you can't do that. So I would be a terrible teacher. A teacher is supposed to teach like everyone, but the 2 vertex color nodes are needed? No, I don't think they are. You could probably do it without them. A forced Unreal Engine class, would you lose your interest? Well, no. It could be not forced, but someone could have forced you to take it. Or you might need it for another class. You care, but you only care enough to just get a passing grade so you can move along to the next class that you actually need because it's a prerequisite, right? There's like lots of criteria why you might not be interested in that specific class, which is fine, but that's why I don't think I could be a teacher, because basically if someone is like struggling but is trying to learn, I will help teach them. But if someone is struggling and doesn't care, then sorry, I'm not going to teach you then. If you don't care to be taught, then I'm not going to bother teaching. So, yeah. And I know some people like that. I'm also really bad about teaching people that have a hard time learning. And I mean, like, if you show somebody something, like I've had it where I know some people that in the past that were like this. Basically, you would show them something. They wouldn't take notes in any way. They wouldn't record anything in any way. They would just say, cool. They would not ask any questions. And at the end, they would know absolutely nothing or answer any question that happened. And this would repeat. I cannot teach those people. Because basically, they do not care enough to learn, because they should be able to tell, hey, I'm not getting this, so I should either ask questions, I should be making notes that person can understand, right? They need to learn how to learn. And if they don't know how to learn, then I cannot teach them. It's just an inability on my part. It's not that they cannot be taught. It's just me, as a person, I do not know how to teach that. So, yeah, that's why, again, I cannot be a teacher. I think. I don't, like, YouTube's great because, right, if you don't care about a video or a topic, you're just not going to watch it. That's fine. It's perfect. Vertex color to plug into the if node. What should be plugged instead? I don't know. I would need to look into it and test stuff. I don't have like a one-stop answer. You hated history in school, now you love it. Maybe it's the way it's taught. I mean, could be. Come on, you're doing great. We're a bunch of dummies, but I do well. I don't know about that. I'm one of you. I'm also a dummy. The only difference is I've learned how to learn. That's it. And it's a skill. It is a skill you develop. That's it. I mean, it was because it was always about some war. I'm terrible with history. Specifically, I'm terrible with names and dates. I will go to a job. I will start working somewhere. And it will genuinely take me like a week or two to learn to remember the person's name that's sitting next to me. I'm just really bad with names and dates. And that's all history is. They just make you remember names and dates. I was an AP history, honors history in high school. That didn't help. Didn't do well. Because I couldn't remember shit. Okay, so this is working, but so I don't need this. I need the wall selector. What I need, though, I have an answer for you. It's 3. Hopefully I got the answer correct. You like ancient history, the stuff nowadays people make up dates for? I don't know about making up dates for. Or they're like estimated dates, I think, once you go far enough back. Like, there are some places whose history is actually interesting. Like, I love Japanese history. Because just, like, samurai and all that was just awesome to me. But I was in America, and we had a year of American history. Oh, come on, like, it's just dates and names of people. I don't care.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Right, like, what you should learn from history is, like, why things happened, what was the outcome, right? Like, cool, I know George Washington was the first president. Okay, and it's not one of those things that will help me learn from history, right? And not to repeat history. I didn't learn, like, what did they do good or what did they do bad? And how did it play out in the end, right? Like, things like that. Like, Egyptian history was really cool, but it was very short for when I was learning it. I wish I learned, like, Norse mythology in, like, school. Like, that would have been cool. Norse mythology is awesome. Greek and Roman we did. I went in, but again, like, we didn't do anything with the Norse. One of the few audiobooks I've ever listened to was about Norse mythology. Such a great book. I said the other day people are sleeping on PCG decals. You could show us a tutorial, for example, someday. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to do PCG decals, you know what you do? Static mesh spawner. You just do spawn actor instead, and you plug in a decal, or a blueprint with a decal in it, and that's it. Or just a decal straight into it. If it's like a basic decal. If it's something more advanced, you could do a blueprint. It's just like a single node, so it's not much to do a tutorial on. There are some things like that is just not worth doing a tutorial on, more or less. This is Snap Grid Flow module. I wonder if I can... Snap Grid Flow module bound actor. Oh, I can do it. Okay, hold on. Can I get the module bounds here? Get... it's not exposed. Of course it's not exposed. Oh, it's number of chunks. It's not exposed. Actor guild, instance guild. No. One chunk hidden. Dungeon. Boop. Hey, Ray Silly. Welcome in. How's it going? What do you sample in that case? What do you mean? You just plug in your decal material into it. That's it. Hey, Booty Tunes, welcome in. You watched all my tutorials. They've been fantastic. I'm glad you liked them. Hope you guys are having a lovely day. Welcome in. So Egypt, they say you're 5,000 years old because one rock with a guy named crashed into it. No date, just time frame of the guy. Yeah. Yeah, when you go back far enough, that's the best you got. Why is this not exposed? That's unfortunate. I mean, I could put it in manually. I just wanted to get it automatically. I just wanted to get it automatically. Oop. Why, indeed. Okay, fine. We'll go through every room and pipe it in manually. Okay, but it is working. Okay, it detects all of the walls, which is good. So let's go to the other rooms. And I'll just confirm that it all works. I mean, this is a 1x1, so yeah, this will work. So basically, all the 1x1s should work just fine. Yep, it's getting all the interior rooms as well. Excellent. Ooh. Oh, is it I think it's because I just fell into it. Okay, let's go with the vertical. So, oh, I need to do the offsets for these. Hold on. So even if I don't do anything, I need to do this at least. Otherwise, we'll have issues. Oh, and also, where's the bounds? Oh, you. There you go. Put you right on top. There we go. So now, yeah, that is 1x1. Excellent. They get the message after the 5,000 year one. After that, that's the first message you're sending after the 5,000 year one. I don't see any other one. So, no. Your mom loves watching about ancient history and aliens. How is it? Those are very different. One is history and one is science fiction. I'm not saying aliens don't exist, but there's not enough information that we have. They just exist somewhere. We've never met them. We know nothing about them. So that's the end. Like that's not a full, like, even 30-minute thing on that. So it's so interesting. Aliens are fun too. Trust me, they're not. This is too tall, so let's see if this works now. Okay, that looked good. Yeah, it seems like it got everything on both floors, and it seems like it's covering both areas perfectly. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about that. A lot of them believe aliens are very present in our ancient history. Yeah, I mean, look, some people believe the Earth is flat too. Okay, so you know, it is what it is. Okay, so this is all working great. Yep. Okay, so I don't need to test any more of these. I just need to set them all up. This is 2x2x2. Mark Zuckerberg is definitely a lizard, though. Yeah, but that's not an alien. Look, there's lots of lizard people among us, okay? They're not aliens. They didn't come from outer space. Just because they're a little bit different doesn't make them an alien. They're earthbound just like the rest of us. And that's okay. Might be a little different, but that's okay. The Earth is 100% flat? Absolutely. Not a hill in sight. Have you seen a hill? I haven't. Those are definitely not mountains in the background over there. In my viewpoint. That's definitely those Hollywood sets. And I know because I've never been there. Have I been pressing the get offset location? I have a feeling I haven't. This is too tall. Yeah, I know I haven't because I didn't on this one. I need to start creating like tools for myself, just for like selection tools, because this like scrolling all the way down, I just need to make a tool that just selects certain things, so I can press a button and it'll just select the thing that I want. And then I can create buttons to create whichever one I want. It's not the same. A lot of gods from ancient history people believe were aliens. It's not like they can prove it's but if you can't prove anything, then I mean you can prove that they weren't. In a sense, you have more proof than they are, because by that same logic, you know, you can't prove that I wasn't a test tube baby, or I'm an alien myself, right? Once you like go down that kind of rabbit hole, it's like logic is thrown out the window. Oh, did I not scale this? These guys? How did I miss this one? Okay. I know, you know, a dude that can drink anything that is liquid. For sure, some extraterrestrial stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you going down or up in this game? Forwards or backwards? Or nothing going forwards? If you're going backwards, but it's from the start to finish, you're going backwards, wouldn't that not still mean you're going forwards? You think about it. Backwards assumes that you've been somewhere and you're going back there. No, you're always moving forward. You could be running backwards, but you're still going forward. Just saying. But yeah, the idea is, the plan is to have it always go down, but the current moment that's set up, the functionality doesn't work. So for now, it's every which way. It didn't. Wait. Oh, come on. Why is it offset here? Why is it here? Oh, it doesn't account for the rotation. Right. I need to orient it. Crap. This can be in... This might need to be negative or positive, depending on the orientation. How do we combat that? Use that you can't prove it's real or not because we're comparing the flat earth believers. That's why I say it's not the same. True. True. So this works assuming that everything is like in a certain direction. As soon as you rotate the room, it's offset because it's still doing positive. I need to basically check which how it's rotated. And then move it accordingly. Basically, what's going on, to explain it better, is our rooms, right? The pivot of the room is in the corner, but the trace happens from the center. So I'm offsetting it, right? The half of the width of the half of this way and half of this way. And that's how I get to the center. But what happens when the room rotates 90 degrees and now it's right, it's facing this way? Or it rotates again and now it's facing, you know, that way. Well, it's still putting this offset here. So effectively, I need to do, if it's like 90 degrees, then it does one version. At 0 degrees, it does another version. At 180, it does a different version. And at 270, it does a different version. But it could also be inverted. It could also be -1. It could also be scaled, like flipped. So I can't even go by rotation because it can be flipped. It'd be rotated and flipped. So how do we keep the center here? We can do it. So I can get the... I can get the scale. And multiply it by that. All right, so that'll take care of the negative. The orientation won't help us. Because all that's going to do is rotate. Right, it rotates this trace. So instead of here, right, it might be like 90 here. So it'll go from this to still this at 90 degrees because it's still in the same place. So rotation doesn't help us at all. Also the scale does matter because I have rooms that could be long. They could be like this. So scaling in this direction versus this direction doesn't matter. Let's see what it looks like just with that scale. I mean, it's not going to work, but... Yeah, so I don't know where... Yeah, so see, like on this one... I don't even know where is the... Where are the bounds? The bounds are nowhere to be seen. Oh. No, it can't even be scale. It can't even be actor scale. Because this thing is scaled like very high in the world. No, so that wouldn't work. Because we're not modifying the scale of this thing. We're modifying the level instance, actually. Also, it really didn't like me, like, clicking there. Great. Let's wait for Unreal to be okay with me clicking. Crap. What I could do... How do I know the way it's facing? I don't. It automatically... It procedurally generates it. What I could do is just create an actor. They'll just exist in the middle of the room. And then I just use it as my... my location or my bounds effectively. Come on, Unreal. Why are you frozen? I just don't want to put another actor, like, yeah, basically just putting us like a center actor in the level that works just. But I just don't want to create an actor for the sake of just being a point. It's not hard to put it there, but because I can make it a button. You just press a button and it'll places it there, right? I can even make it so it deletes it. It can't create multiple because it'll just delete the ones that are there and create always only have one. So but then I would need to link it. Actually, no, I wouldn't need to link it. Is that how we're doing it? I guess. Can you find the middle within the platform? I mean, I did find the middle. I didn't account for the fact that it's going to rotate, and so the middles moves relative to the rotation or scale of the entire thing. Because right now, my Unreal is frozen, so I can't. Do I have to force close it? Let's see. 0% seems like it is. It didn't like me trying to break this. Okay, fine. Hey, lad, welcome in. How's it going? Doing good? I'm glad to hear it. So. Okay. Let's do. Wait, did I lose? Oh, it's underexposed. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, it's there. Okay. It's be too late to do from the area when it's loaded. Yeah, when it's loaded already. I mean, this happens on begin play, basically. When it loads is when it all happens. But again, right, the problem is if it rotates, right, if it's rotating, I'm still offsetting based on this. So I would need to set it up based on these rotations. And I would need to set it up based on whether things are scaled, which is a whole thing. Because it's not like I can't grab the level instance it's in very easily and get like the dimensions of it. So let's just put an actor in the middle. Like just basically a null actor. So let's work with that. We'll just create a new bloom class actor. Center of room. And it's going to be invisible. It's just going to be invisible. And what we're going to do is spawn it.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yep. Learn, build, play, welcome in. And thank you so much for the gift sub. To Ray Silly. I appreciate it. I mean, this will not... So this will make it so I don't have to run this every time on Event Big and Play. I'll already have it because it'll just be part of the level. So... yeah. Basically, I'm making the actual runtime aspect of it cheaper. You're always here, just might not talk too much as you're working on some things. No worries. I appreciate you. As always. Missed part of that, but you agree? Yeah, so we're moving basically all of this from the event graph basically to a button that will be running manually on each level, but it's one time you press the button once and you're good. Versus, you know, having to do the trace every time you enter a new room. So in a sense, well, no, we'll still do the trace, sorry. Every time you enter a new room, it just, instead of all the extra calculations, all of this, we'll just put it in one thing here. And then that should be good. Okay. Okay, ads are done. So we're going to be spawning it, well, here. So I can remove you. So just confirm it's going to get the room module dimensions, which we are setting. Yep. Then means I actually don't even need to this trace offset. I probably don't even need to then set it as a variable because we're no longer going to need it here. So let's remove that. Remove that. Where's it in use? Okay. Hold on, why do I have... Wait. Hold on a second. What was... Something didn't... Yeah. Adding... The wall side trace offs... Oh, yeah. So... This is the offset. Because this was in the world, and this one was supposed to be the local offset. But now this is just the local offset that we have. So we take this and we just subtract this, and then we get what we want. And then we can do a spawn actor from class. Center of room. Split. Get or set room center. And this we need as a variable. Room center. So if we come here, Set room center. There it is. It is now in the center of the room. Now, if I keep clicking it, right, we now are going to have lots of these, and we don't want that. Yes. So what we're going to do then is, and then we also basically need to check, get all actors of class, or just get actor of class. Get actor of class. We don't need to do multiple. And if it's valid, then we don't do anything. If it's not valid, we create it. Or if it's valid, let's just set it just in case it's not set. If it's not valid, there we go. Why is it a button? So that way, when I'm building the level in our room manager, I click it, it creates it, and that's it. So now we can just have it here. It's done. It's created. It's going to come with the room because it's all going to be in a level instance. So no matter how it rotates or moves, it comes with it. So now we can use it as just an object in the level, basically. That's always in the correct location. And it's a button, so I just press in the room manager and it places it in the correct location. So I don't have to manually figure out where is it supposed to go. Because I don't know a better way of having it populate without a button. If you have a better idea than a button, I'm all open to hearing. Don't need you. And get actor location. But now if I come in here, why is room center not set? Does it get uns? Oh no. Oh, did I do something? Did I make? No, it's not in constructor. See? Now it works. Basically, it's here. It's just a button that I can press, and it spawns this invisible actor right in the center of the room of this entire area. And so then the trace happens from the center. So I don't need to do any kind of fancy like calculations with it. I could probably make it even simpler in a sense. I still need to get the dimensions though. Yep. Yep. Because this is half size. Yeah, this puts it in the center. Okay. So now if we just come here, press this button, we get the center, and we just do that for all the rooms. Because there's the center, right? Each time it places it just right in the center. No thinking needed. It's now pretty much automated. I just need to have a better room selection or like selection thing set up. But we'll deal with that another time. Because even on this one, which is like super tall, right? Bam. Right where it needs to be. Thank you so much for the help today. I have no idea how much that helped. I mean, I showed you the the thing before, but I told you to take a screenshot, but I don't think you did at the time. But sure. You're welcome, I guess. I don't think I did very much. Yeah, good guts. Well, have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Glad you got it working the way you want it now. Main thing is you got it now working the way you want. This room test we're not using. Oh, I guess I am using. What? Using it somewhere? Okay, well, I'll keep it, I guess. Okay. Also, it's supposed to work only on one axis, right? No, it's supposed to work on all three axes. Literally all three axes, see? Up. Okay. Up. This way. And this way. All three axes. Well, it works really well in one. It's enough. I mean, if it's enough for you, then I'm glad it's enough for you. But yeah, it works in all three. Have a good night. Okay. We've saved all of these. So now... Wait, did it not work? Why not work? Where's the bounce? Where the hell's the bounce? Oh. Why is it failing to access the variable? Is it not saving the variable? Oh, it's one of those things where I have to have it exposed, don't I? I remember this. I think I went through this before. And when you do this, if you want it to save, you need to make sure it's exposed. If I recall correctly, that's the trick to it. Because if we come here now, it's selected. You know, it does seem like it should work, but I think it needs to be exposed. I feel like I've ran into this before. Let's find out. Hopefully I'm right on this. Thank goodness we don't have way too many rooms yet. Okay. Now, these work. That looks good. That looks really good. Okay. And that looks also very good. Haha, there we go. Got him. Yep, so when you set variables like that, you gotta make them exposed. I knew I was good. I remembered that correctly. So yeah, come in here, and it is now getting the bounds all around. So the reason we were doing this is basically if I am like in a room, you see how that bottom one is dancing up and down? The way we've set it up, right, is so you're always seeing in front of you, it's doing a trace. But of course, the trace is also getting the stuff below. So basically, we need to make it so it only does the necessary like things. It doesn't grab like all the extra stuff. And so but if I do a little bit outside of that area, we might have problems. Wait, why? How are you having problems here? How are you not set? How is that possible? This is new. By name all class member. This is new. This is a 5.4 thing. Interesting. Okay. Do you ever want walls above or below tree? No, which is why currently that's why I'm getting the bounding box of the room I'm in. So that way I can limit it to just that room. But I want it to be, because the walls right now are effectively double thick, because it's for 2 rooms right next to each other. And you can see right there, it's like 2 thickness. I need to expand it just a little bit out. But I just realized that might cause issues, because that would make it so, yeah, those walls right there, the ones that are below, would also be selected then. Ah, crap. Crap. So basically what I just realized is this. Right, we have a room, and on all sides of the room are walls that go right up and down depending on whether the room is locked or not locked, right? Which is great. But there's rooms next to it that also have walls. So there's two thicknesses of walls. So my idea was, well, what if I just very slightly extend this trace so I get those walls? Well, if I do that, and it's a multi-floor thing, let's say this is 2 floors tall, right? And it's doing the trace like all the way from here to here, right, on the bottom. If there's a room here, and it's sticking out a little bit, then it will also trigger these walls because they're touching and it's pushed out just a tad. So this actually won't fix my problem. Shit. What triggers the walls? Distance to me. Basically. Well, multiple things. It's distance to me, or it's a trace. Once the walls are up, what makes them come down is basically a box trace. So if I go to the spawn room real quick, I can show you. It's this. If I turn it on, right, you can see there's a box trace, and basically it's just hiding the walls as I move along. So it works really well, but the problem, right, is it's getting the things out below. And I can't just say, okay, well, let me do it only, let's not grab anything below the player, because that doesn't work when I'm in a one with stairs. So if I come here, if I come here, right, and there's stairs, right, you can see, right, those to the side would, right down here, right, are below, and I still want them to trigger, so I can't do it just below my character. So right, and then things, right, when things are normal, they just go up and down based on distance to me. And when they're up, right, they're up except the ones that would be blocking my vision. If one wall is triggering, don't trigger second wall. Can you just add a simple check if 2 walls? I mean, it's not a simple check. It's not that, like, if it's thin, pancake. What do you mean? Right, the problem, right, is I can have a room because this is a multi-floor one, right? Let's say there's a room on this level, on this side, and it just goes all the way over, so it appears like below here. And so if I did the full box trace with a slightly out, I would also grab that wall, which I don't want. I had a good idea and it fell apart. Because it would grab the stuff still. Hey, Sativu, welcome in. How's it going? Can you check if it's part of the map? Oh, like part of this specific level? Well, yes, I could check that, but right, they're 2 walls thick, right? So this room has this wall, and the room right next to it has the wall. So if, for example, oops, not here. Right. So if I go to here, right? Right, it's 2 walls thick. So I can't have the wall right in front of that be up because then I can't see. Now, and I see there's that one like dancing there. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want 2 thick walls, but I just don't have a good way of doing 1 thick walls. Because depending on the room, you might want to have a different wall there. So I can't just be like, oh yeah, let's just have 1 thick walls and have it just, you know, put it on top of each other or something. That won't work. Can you lower the wall in different heights, or it's local? You can lower the wall at the Z of the floor. Well, that's what I mean, right? That's what I was referring to when I was talking about here, right? So this is a multi-floor one, and if I only lowered the walls at the Z of the floor, these ones right here, right, as I come down here, right, would be up because I'm at this level. But these are technically lower than the ones right next to the room, right? You see how this room now has this one is above the room next to it, but these are now below the room next to it. Oh, so that's the problem. I can get a reference to all of the ones in my room, but not... And I can get a reference to all the ones around me. Checking at all times the height of the player. Yes, it is at some Z levels it happens, but ideally, so if here, I'll lower the walls real quick. If I here. Right here, it's fine. Right, so these went down, and I would want them to go down because they're in the way. Oh. I broke it. Lower the wall based on the screen space distance field. that doesn't, because it's not based on distance.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
The one I'm doing right now isn't based on distance. It's based on what I can see. So it's based on a trace. So welcome in, Gregory. Yeah, we have the distance thing. By default, right, there's the distance thing. Like this is distance. See how as they move up and down based on where I am? It's already set up by distance. It's just when they're up, it becomes a trace. It becomes a trace. What I can do... Yeah, it's trace between the player and the camera. That's how it works right now. The ones below are lower now too. I could make it a... I could try adding it in a Z height with a minimum thing, because it stops working after a certain distance. Like it starts breaking after a certain distance. If I make it, for example, let's say it has to be at least within 500 units of the player vertically, right? Then maybe that could work. So I have like a range where it's okay, and then if it's just way too low, where the problem zone is, maybe we do it based on the distance, the Z distance, as you guys are suggesting. Remember we discussed this at some point, but could you remind me why you want to lower the walls again? So the walls are lowered like this. Oh, you're talking about like here? Yeah, I want to lower them because I want to be able to see my player. Because the walls are lowered visually. There's still collision here. But if I can't see the player because there's a wall in front of me, that's kind of bad. So I want to... So it's visually hiding the walls. Yeah, there's still collisions and everything's there. But yeah. So let me turn off the trace. Let's do a... Let's do a distance thing. Oh, you're good, Learn Real Play. You're good. Because it is based off a certain height, it becomes a problem. So, and the problem becomes after a height. So, here, before this, I would need to check the height. Get actor location. Get my own location. So oh, why am I using distance? I can just subtract one versus the other. So as long as the player minus this is... So if he's at 1,000, he's at 0. It'll be 1,000. If he's at 0 and this is 1,000, it'll be negative 1,000. So we don't want it to be negative. Because that means this is a... Oh, we do want it. We're fine with it being negative. So let's... Oh, this is new. Interesting. They added in the programming language to it. Less or equal to 500. Let's say. Oh. Get owner. A little less negative. Did I do the math wrong? It is 8 p.m., so I might have done the math wrong, but hold on. Let's come here real quick. Okay. Oh. They move down. Crap, this one, right, this is why I didn't do this before, is because they're physically moving down. So this distance changes because they're taller than 500. And I can't do it. I can't do the check once at the beginning because we need to keep updating it. I can do it on a timer. Game more complicated? Yeah, I mean, right? Like, I don't want... I'm trying to do something like in my head is relatively simple. I just want to be able to see my character. Right? It's just like, yeah, that's it. That's all I want. So, the way this is set up, by the way, is these walls, right, are individual, and they move down. Now, in their place, they spawn a box collision that I can show you if I turn off the hidden. Right, so you see how it's overlapping, and if I go up, right. So basically, there's a wall. I'm not sure why that wall is going up so slowly. That's for later on. But there's a wall, no matter if visually they're moved down because of the camera or not. So that way, I can't just exit the room because there's a separate collision versus a separate visual. But these guys move down. They don't scale down. They move down. So depending on how big it is, this, potentially is what? I think these are 50 each, 100, 200, 300, 350. Or if these are 100, that'd be more. No, these are 100 each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 units. It can go down. Some of them are taller, some of them are shorter. So, but as it moves down, obviously the distance to me vertically becomes greater. And I need to go up and down. So, yeah, I can't even do a check on a timer because I need to go have it come back up So yeah, that's why I didn't do that here. That's why this doesn't work. Is there any way for me not to have too thick walls? The way to not have too thick walls. No, there's not. The reason I have two thick walls, by the way, if it was confusing, was because, right, when you have two rooms next to each other, right, I'd want one thing facing this way and a different thing facing this way. That matches this room versus this room, right? Instead of moving the wall, could you adjust the transparency of the wall based on the distance from it? No. So the reason I'm doing a move specifically is because of things like bookshelves. So, right, imagine this is the wall. You can't scale it or it's gonna break. You can't make it go invisible top to bottom or it's gonna look weird. I wanted to like go and disappear into the ground like it's, you know, like, and then reappear from the ground like it's like coming up and going down into it. Because I think visually that's gonna look cool. That's why I can't scale it, and that's why I have a second thing that's separate, a separate collision that it does scale. And I can't have it, yeah, just vanish in layers. Because again, if you vanish, right, the top section, it's gonna be weird depending on like where it is. You're gonna have like half books. So visually, I needed to move down, basically. And because these are not necessarily going to be just textures, I can't just say, hey, let's move the texture down, right? Because they're going to be geometric things, so I'll need to physically move them down. So that's the reasoning behind that. And one idea I had, right, was to like do a trace down. Like from the camera, right? If the camera's here, I just check like what's below, but that's not gonna work. You're thinking of the way Diablo did it? What Diablo do? And which Diablo? Because Diablo just made things vanish, if I recall correctly. Diablo just does the camera, like, it fades out, and you kind of see through it a little. I think that's the main way Diablo does it. And I tried that, but I didn't really like it for this. So I wanted to do something a little different. But that was what I had originally. I just wasn't happy with the result. So, what do we do? Never mind, they're all good. The walls on the lower floors were also lowering because of the distance of the character. So when in this state, where the rooms are not right here, right? Like right now, the rooms are not activated. So when this happens, all the walls move based on the distance to the character. And this is across the entire visual. Whatever you see, they all update, which is what I want, right? The ones next to you are always going to be lower. The ones further away are always going to be higher up. So this is correct. When the room activates, right, it locks up, and so you cannot leave. Because when it's not activated, I can like go between rooms, which is the point. So when it locks up, right, then you have this, which is great. What I could do... Could you perform a trace in the player to the camera and lower any walls that hits it? That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's how this works. This is a trace between the player and the camera. Yeah. Here, I'll turn on the trace. Right, so if I turn this on, right? So there's the little rectangular trace. I originally had it as a sphere, but sphere wasn't really working that well. So yeah, that's what this rectangle trace is that you're seeing. It's tracing it, and then right, but you see how it's right. It's going like farther down because it's from the camera to the player. It's angled like it's at an angle, 35-degree angle, I believe, or something like that. So yeah, it's going, yeah, it's between the character and the environment. So when there are two rooms, the lower down walls would also lower like the problem of collision. It's not as visually jarring. The problem here, let me show you. Let me try to find a place where it is visually jarring. Or at least what I think is visually jarring. I need to fix the camera there. Okay, let me try to find a... There. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Right there. That right there is the problem area. And you can see why it's happening. It's because the trace, right, it doesn't go that far down. This is what I want to avoid. Right there. So it's not jarring because we haven't seen this specific setup. But right, and if I come here, it's this looks really bad. Like, look at this. Yeah, I don't. Well, ideally, I would have it all still up, but as long as it's not jarring, I'd live. I'd be fine with it. They can lower too, as long as it does start dancing. The problem, right, is if I did a little screenshot real quick. Right, the trace isn't straight up and down. The trace is right at a diagonal here. So basically it triggers it when it's up here, and when it lowers, it's like, oh, no, I'm no longer overlapping it, so bring it back up. And even if I extend this, it's extending at a diagonal, so this part will always be a no. And this part will always be a yes. I could possibly extend it this way. But yeah, that's what basically what's happening is because it's on a diagonal. Oh, when I think when I extended this way, right? I think that's basically extending it in depth. It runs into the issue where I start getting the walls I want to keep up blocked. So right now, depth-wise, right, this wall doesn't go down until I come here, right? That is really good. That's what I So, and if I increase it more, it grabs more of these guys because it's going further down. Okay, here's the... I just had an idea that might work. I can get all... So I have the ability to get all of the walls of this room. Or of whatever room. I can check... And I can store that. What if I check based on the array of those doors or of those walls, if the wall that it's trying to move is oh no, I can't do it by distance. I was gonna say, what if it's greater than a certain distance away from any wall here? Like it's too far down? But again, if we have this kind of floor and the problem wall is here, the distance here vertically is, right, small. But the problem's here. Nope, that won't work. I thought, you know, instead of going off based on the distance from me, I thought I'd do it based on the distance from the walls. But no, distance from the walls won't work. Yeah, the solution's very complicated. It's just a matter of figuring out the solution. I think executing it would be, like, once it's figured out, like, how to tackle it, is going to be a lot simpler. Your brain hurts. It's okay, it's okay. You could chase the player to the corner of the camera frustrum to have a cone instead of a cube. Trace from the player. You need 8 wait, why do I need 8 traces? So what would that get me? Oh, I see what you mean. So basically, if I'm cutting this area out and the player's here, he would do traces in every which way. And then the problem is I would need to do a multi-trace. And a multi-trace goes through objects. Is there a way to do a multi-trace and not have it pierce through things? I don't think there is. Like, right, if you had a bunch of walls here and they were all touching, and then you had another line of walls here, and I did a trace like this, why multi-trace? You can't do a loop? Well, because I would need to trace in, like, so many directions at all times. Like, because otherwise, like, I would need to, like, I need to get every single wall and know which ones. So I would need to do, you just get them all in one trace or a few traces. Make it bigger? What are we talking about? So You know what? Maybe the distance things could work. And I need to make sure that it is within a very small distance of it. No, then same problem. Even if I say small distance, the problem is still these rooms. These rooms. Because the wall could be here, which means this distance potentially is very small because of how maybe the pivot is here and the pivot and this thing is here, is right next to it, basically. So this would be like, yeah, it's fine, but it's a problem here. The collision box make the detection even lower. So the problem, right, is the detection is at an angle, right? Because it's from the camera. Because if the camera's here, so it's angled this way, right? So if a wall is, I mean, I could theoretically widen it, right? Make it wider. But unless it goes far enough, let's try it. I think that I ran into an issue with that, of making it wider. But you know what? Let's try it. So I would need to get the X is depth. What was the problem here? If I made this 5,000, just for, so this is verticality. I think the problem is I start getting, I start getting the problem up here because of the angle. Because you can see on the left, right? Because of how tall it is and the angle of the camera, it starts doing that up here. That's why I didn't do it. I could offset it, right? So if I did, I would need to offset it by the forward vector. Four box traces from the edge of how do you do a box trace? What would that give me to do? How would that, why would that change? I don't think that would change anything. It would it? Do not hit the back walls at least? Oh, I don't mind hitting the back walls. Like these walls, I don't mind hitting those. That's, yeah, this is whatever. This, I don't mind this. This is not that big of a deal to me. Like this I survive. This is whatever.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I came into it today thinking I had this genius idea of doing the surrounding of the room, and then I realized that I'm stupid, and here we are. If your character had a collision box, it could theoretically lower the walls the same, right? Yes. It would run into the same issue. If my character had, let's say, I'll wait for ads. So if my character is here, yeah, it might be even worse. And right, because it's an angle, so I trace like this way and this way, right? This would be like it's square that I'm tracing between, right? I can go off camera. So I can even go down if I wanted to, but I'm still grabbing things of walls below. As long as I clip it, if I clip it, that's it. I got an idea that actually might work. I think I thought of an idea that could actually work. Okay, ads are done. I have all of my walls come in two pieces. They have the like actual wall, and they check what the bounding box of that wall is, and they place a cube over it that's invisible. A basic cube that's just basically the bounding box of whatever that shape is, and that is the collision. When the walls are up, this collision doesn't move. What if instead of tracing for the walls that are moving, I trace for the collision that doesn't move? We don't see it, but that shouldn't matter. And then I still update this. It would mean I would need to basically do... The reason I'm not doing that now is because the way it's set up, right? It does the trace for those walls, and then I grab the component from those walls. If I trace the cubes, I don't have a reference to those walls. They're not attached. They're just a separate thing. Unless... yeah, it's a separate thing. So... how would I... is there a way for me to get the reference to this wall from the cube, from a random cube in the level? How would I store that when I spawn it? Because currently, the way it's just spawning is... here. I get the actor bounce, and I just spawn a static mesh actor, and then set it to be hidden, movable, and make it a cube. That's it. That's all it is. So it doesn't have an owner. It is just a cube in the world. Now, I have a reference to it here if I needed it, but I don't have a reference to it on the cube. I could have it spawn a blueprint with a variable that stores the information for this. Instead of a static mesh actor, I could have it spawn an actor, just a blueprint cube that I can already set to hidden and movable, and then have a variable on it that I set that is this one. And then when I trace for it, I can grab the information from this for this guy. Set a variable when you spawn it. Expose on spawn the owner and set it. Yeah, but you need to make it a blueprint. This is a static mesh actor. Just a regular static mesh. So that, yeah, so what I'm talking about is basically making it a blueprint, and then you can do it. Which is fine. Which is fine. But I think that's the trick. We drop the static mesh or attach a component that do that too. Yeah. Or I can attach a component to it that has the information for it. The is there a difference performance-wise? Someone was mentioning static meshes are right now, with the newest version, automatically instance themselves a bit. So theoretically, all these cubes should be a little more, as static meshes, should be more performant than individual blueprints with a cube inside of them. Or are they the same in performance? I don't like that they're individuals, I just don't have a way around that. Just curious. I guess. Just do it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just do it. I'm gonna make. So I don't have to make a blueprint. Actor component is still one actor. True. So that means making the blueprints better. Okay. Actor. Wall collision. Oh, I guess here, have a cube. Okay, so we need to, it's movable, great. Hit it in game. I mean, I can just set it to be, just turn off visibility. Actually, no, let's, it doesn't matter. I'll keep it hidden in game. A trick you do is create an object for each mesh with information in it. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Is each one of them creates this cube with information. So in here, I'm going to a variable, and this is the wall reference. And the the type will be actor, because that way we can put anything we want in here. Object is not actor. Ah, right. I'd want both, because I wanted to work with blueprints and static meshes. So I can do both. I can have an object and a blueprint reference and basically check if one is valid versus another one is valid. You can spawn 1,000 objects and have no issues. Or 1,000, or a million. Hold on. Just want to check something. Yeah. So I can select the cubes. Yeah. Okay. And if it's an object, yeah, it's an object here. Yeah. So we need actors. I got confused a little. We need actors. Okay. So now I don't need this exposed. Yeah, I do. So here we're gonna pipe Q in. Get owner. Why? I hate it whenever I'm working with actor components and you drag out of this and you do get owner. The first one is the actor one, which is never the one you want. You always want the component one when you're an actor component, but it never defaults to it. Darn it. Okay. So this is type actor. Okay, so we don't need to set the hidden in game. We don't need to set this. We don't need to set this. That's all done for us automatically. I'm going to just have it not be hidden in game real quick. So I confirm that it's being placed in the right place. Ah, okay, perfect. Okay. So, yeah, we're all good there. Also, let me turn off that trace that we're no longer using. It was happening. Oh, this is the old one. This. Is there always a section without walls? Like for a door? No. There are no doors. There are no doors because originally I had doors, so but then I decided to change it up. So the original setup, by the way, I can show that if I come here. If I just build this dungeon. So this is the original version where I had the walls basically exist there and then they were just hidden. And as you ran around, this is all you saw. You just saw the bottoms here. And so the walls would basically become solid or not solid and you can jump between them, and then there were doors. But then I didn't see I decided to remove the doors because you can already jump between rooms. And this, as a small little like divider, just wasn't enough information, I felt like, for the rooms. So instead, I decided to, okay, instead of this, let's have a full wall. But if we're having the full wall, we need a way of, one, seeing the character through the full walls, and two, we don't want them to always be up, because, right, if, let's say these are the walls, and you're like in this room, right, and even if these were like empty, you just see walls. So we need a way of them to go up and down depending on where you are and what you're supposed to be. Like if you're in this room, the walls should be up because you want to kind of see maybe what's going on here, right? Also, this is like much smaller in scale. Like these are very small rooms, very compact, and I wanted to make them bigger, which is why the current version is significantly bigger in size. But this is kind of the like the first prototype of it, and right, and this entirely random layout every single time, which is the same thing with the other one. Okay. So if I come here, right, this one doesn't have like all the extra bells and whistle right now, but if I come here, you could see this is the new version. And also has like, right, multiple levels and stuff. So because you can just go between floors when you play, it makes it I think a lot more interesting and kind of a unique experience, right? So when the walls are down, I can go wherever I want. There is a mini map that I'm gonna change like how it looks, so there's no door visual, right? I'm gonna make it so you can go wherever you want, because basically, you see this room to the bottom. Excuse the flashing for now, right? I can just go there, and then when I'm in, it locks me in, and I can't get out anymore, right? So now I have to clear this room. Obviously, I have visual, so. Yeah, it has, that's this unique thing, is, yes, it is a procedural generated dungeon. Yes, there are rooms. Yes, you do get things for clearing it, like meta progression and power-ups and all things like that. But you don't have to go a specific way. And in the end, I want to make it so that the boss is always on the bottom level, and you spawn always at the top. So one, you have the cool visual of perspective where you can just see down, and two, you can also just jump down. If you don't care about clearing all the rooms and getting like a bunch of stuff, you can just go down. And if you think you're good, like in a good place to just beat the boss and go to the next level, you just go down wherever you see you could go down. So that's the that's my little. That's what sets mine apart, I guess, compared to like all the other ones. The bounding boxes, the white ones that you see, they don't go down. The blue ones, the walls do. These guys do, right? These guys move down, but these are scaled down. They're not moving down, they're scaled down. So when they're up, right, they're fully up. But otherwise... And the reason they scale is because of collision. Basically because of collision. Because I can't move the collision box down, because what we ran into was... because it can have multiple floors, right? If you're on the floor below it and the collision box has moved down into the floor, you now hit a wall, and like, why? Why am I hitting a wall? And the reason why is because the collision from top went down. So the visual one moves down, but there's a material on it that makes it not appear like it's going down. Basically, if I put just a light here, so you can see. Right, it's moved down, but visually the material has told it, no, there's nothing else there. Cut it out. It's masked it out. And then the box itself is scaled down so that way the collision is still accurate. So when it fluctuates up and down. Theoretically, I don't have to have it probably fluctuate up and down, because basically when you're right next to it it should be at the bottom, in which case you can walk through it. So for performance sake, I might just keep them always up and toggle it like on and off. That might be what I end up going with. But for now, it was just easier to just match it. Okay. So this is all working. So what I need to do now is trace for these. Oh, I thought self should show me everything. Okay. So it is world dynamic. I'm going to I probably need to give it a new preset. Not a new preset, a new object type. So that way I can trace specifically for it. Oh, I'm like, what? Where's my stuff? I was like, what's going on? Okay. Ignore by default. And this is room collision walls. Room collision walls. Ignore everything. I need to. Can I leave you all and ignore? I always forget the collision stuff. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I can leave it all and ignore. Oh well, yeah. It's failing because it's not made for it right now. So we have this. And basically, I am checking if it's empty, etc. So I need to, because it doesn't have a component, I would need to set up an interface. Set up an interface to grab Room walls. Get room wall reference. Okay. And now let's take all of this. Get room wall reference. Okay. So that's what I'm changing in all of these, I'm pretty sure. Let's find out if I'm right or if I'm missing something. I know this needs to be cleaned up, but I think that's all of them. Yes. Access extraordinary property. So it didn't work? Why? I'm setting it. No, it's reading it. So what's the problem? It's failing here. It's failing to get the component. Oh, you know what? Why don't I just get a reference to the component? I don't need to get a reference to the object. I don't care about the object. We can get a reference to the component directly.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. While the ads are going, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. I'm back. I don't know why I'm getting the object and then the component when I can, at this point, just grab the component. Seems like a much better thing. And we'll do that right after the ads. So I'm running to modify you. Okay, ads are done. So this needs to be you. Pile you, and now on here. You're all complaining. I know that. I need to go to you. Set you to the wall animation one. Okay, and then here. Could do that. Here. Refresh. There we go. Okay. And so now here, I should be able to just do this directly. This is a problem. Yep, this is a problem. Okay. May need to check that. And this needs to be this. Okay. So I need to double check this stuff. So I can change the order of this. They're still doing it based on the hit actor. They should all be still based on the hit actor. Based on the hit actor. Based on the hit actor. I think this is correct. Let's find out. Oh, let me turn off the visibility. Oh, I turned on hidden chat. That's why I was like, I thought I turned it on. Okay. So we're back to where we had it. It is working, but it's now tracing the collision box instead of tracing this. So if we go here, Can we find an area where it has like a lot of verticality? That fixes our problem. Yes, they're still down below, but that, you know, but it's now consistent. They're not spazzing anymore because we're now tracing the actual collision box, which doesn't move. Which, as I mentioned earlier, probably just should be like static up and then just toggle the collision. That'll probably be the better version to do it. Because it really doesn't need to go up and down like the visual one does. We don't care if it's up, basically. Right, because when the room is cleared, right, it can't be closed, so it's fine. Yes! It wasn't the method that I thought I was gonna do, but at the very least, it works. It works. Wait. Oh. Wait, why are you complaining? I need to check that, but on this cube, I need to make sure I'm blocking the pawns. The whole point of it was to block things. I also want to block a few other things, like the splatter. Excuse me? Pawn is blocked. Excuse me? Collision is enabled. Oh, because it's a room collision walls, I need to go to my pawn. Right? Right. I did this before as well. Collision. On. Room collision walls. Block. Did I not set it to room collision walls? It is under room collision walls. It's late and I'm doing something stupid, clearly. Wait. You're not the problem, right? No, you're not the problem. It's on the... Oh, you know what it is? I think I know what it is. I think it's, I set it on, no, I set it on the capsule component. Is it overwritten here? Yes, it is. Why is it overwritten? Why can I not reset it to be whatever the parent is? Yeah, there we go. So let me just check the enemies are also didn't have the collision set up. Should I be grabbing it from the... Why are you guys grabbing it from the parent? And my character isn't. Okay, well, whatever. We did it! It works! No more spazzing. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect system yet. But the main thing is, right, it no longer spazzes. So you can find, I need to modify the camera to still cut those out. But, is there another one? Can I find another problem area from before? Excuse me? Yes! It works. It works without problems. Little bit of problem there. But that's a... I think I just need to, like, change the angle on that. Well, actually, no, that's not going to be a problem because I shouldn't be seeing that. That's currently visible, but it's not going to be in the end. So, no, that's not even a problem. Yay! Okay. We succeeded. We succeeded in what we wanted to do. God darn it. It might have taken a while, but we did it. Okay. Final cleanup tomorrow on this, and I'll keep the walls permanently up for the collisions and just toggle the collision on them. Because they don't need to fluctuate up and down, as I realized. Right, because even if I'm like far away and it goes up as soon as I even dash over, because it's based on distance to me, it will speed up. One thing I wish I could figure out a way of doing is, this is probably a little too much computation, but this only happens basically when, it should only happen when the rooms are down. So I might actually still use my whole bounding box thing to basically disable the computation and everything else while I'm clearing a room, which should help in those times. So I'm not tossing that out entirely, but yay. Why are you failing to get error reference here? I don't know how you're failing to get player reference. Oh, I know how you're failing to get player reference, because you're... I'm currently doing it here, and if you're now one of the early ones that's loaded, you will fail. So basically what I need to do is here. get player reference. Convert to valid get. If it is not valid, then we set up this timer. And if it is valid, we'll just set it. There you go. Problem solved. This basically waits for my player to spawn. And if it's spawned, then this thing has the reference for it already, so we can just use it. Sweet. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for all the help. I appreciate it. I'm glad we got it kind of working. Well, got it working. Let's call it what it is. We got it working. Some things are like, could be better, but yes. So I'll be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, as always, for some more game dev. It's the final stretch on this section. Then we move on to something else. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.